Good afternoon, my all-in leaguers and my YouTube family. We're getting ready for the Super Bowl in probably the next hour. As you can see, the matchup is going to be the Baltimore Ravens, who was in our last year's Super Bowl, taking on the Brooklyn Bears. Baltimore was in the Super Bowl for the first season of All In. They took an unfortunate loss to the New York Giants. They're going to have an opportunity to beat the Brooklyn Barons, who lost to the New York Giants last year in the NFC Championship game. As you see, that score doesn't match it because if you did tune into the game yesterday, you know that there was a unfortunate lag out that happened, which ended up causing this game. However, the NFC Championship game was a 41-10 final score by Brooklyn. Jonathan Taylor had a big day for Brooklyn as well. So I can tell you this is going to be a fun matchup because these two of the best. Baltimore brings a lot to the table. Baltimore has a high-powered offense. They got Marquise Brown. They got Rondell Moore, Kyle Pitts. Kyler Murray should have been the MVP if it wasn't for Jonathan Taylor, who's on the opposite side of the field for this game. So you got your number one and number two MVP candidates going up against each other. These are two of the best offensive units in the league. So let's go to stats. Let's get ready to talk about these teams statistically, and let's see where they rank in the league for the regular season. All right, we're going to start off with, as you can see, the Baltimore Ravens had the number one offense in the NFL in the season. Going down to find Brooklyn, let's go find them. They were number 8 in total offense. As far as passing, let's see, Brooklyn did have the worst passing offense in the regular season, whereas Baltimore threw the ball for over 5,000 yards, had a couple of NFL records that they set. As far as the rushing attack, Brooklyn was number 1 behind MVP Jonathan Taylor. They had nearly 3,000 yards rushing, with the Baltimore Ravens respectively at number 6 in the race. So as you can see, they're kind of evenly matched in a lot of ways. Baltimore was number 1 in points per game, where Brooklyn was number 3 in points per game. So again, they put up a lot of points, which is definitely true. Number 1 in the league, or else Kyler Murray broke the NFL record in touchdown passes, broke Tua's record, who had 59. He had 63 on the season. As you can see, the Barons were kind of middle of the pack. They don't throw the ball a lot, so I don't really look for them to be high up on the list, per se. As far as the rushing attack, Brooklyn blew the rushing touchdown stat out the water. They were number 1 in rushing touchdowns on the regular season, with the Ravens finishing like around 10 with 20, which is respectable. So, but again, the Ravens offense was more predicated on their amazing passing attack than anything else. As far as defensively, you got the Brooklyn Bears as the number 2 off defense in the league, going up against a Ravens squad. Let's see, the Ravens finished, let's go state. So Brooklyn finished number 2. The Ravens were number 9 in defense. So both kind of around the same range. Let's see, the Brooklyn Barons actually had a pretty good pass defense. They were number 6 in the league in pass defense, whereas the Ravens were number 11 in pass defense. As far as the rushing defense, Brooklyn was number 1, with the Baltimore Ravens finishing 5th. Scoring wise, the Baltimore Ravens and Brooklyn Bears both are top 5 scoring defenses. So again, as I mentioned, they're both around the same with sacks as well. Interceptions, these were the top 2 of the top 3 teams in the league with forcing interceptions. So as you see, the two things that these two teams do very, very well are similar. So really, this game is going to come down to that turnover differential. Let's go look as we see. This is an incredible stat, to be honest with you. Whereas the Brooklyn Barons had a plus 43 turnover percentage, which is incredible. It's almost 70 turnovers on the season. The Ravens were number 4. They had 19 plus 19. They turned the ball over a little bit more. However, they did force a lot of takeaways as well. So these two teams do a lot of things similarly well. Going to the red zone stats. Here we go right here. If The Brooklyn Barons are going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to have to get them out, keep them out of the red zone. Because as you see, they've been to the red zone 48 times in the regular season. 85% of the time, that Baltimore offense was scoring. The only team that did it better was their divisional rival, Cincinnati Bengals. So you got to keep them boys out the end zone if you plan on winning the game. Whereas the Brooklyn Barons went a lot more than the Baltimore Ravens. However, they were 79%. Brooklyn might have gotten to the red zone the most in the league, or maybe number two. They were number two behind the Jaguars. So they both get in the red zone a lot. They're both efficient in the red zone. As far as on defense, the red zone defense allowed. Let's see where these guys rank. Let's go to the Barons had 70% when they got into the red zone. The Ravens give a little bit more, but that's kind of not something that you want to really look at. You don't really care about that. You want to see how many times they allowed teams into the red zone. Whereas you see that the Barons allowed teams the fourth most times, maybe the fifth most times in the league, and the Ravens were just about midway, maybe 10th or 11th. So they don't give up a lot of red zone opportunities. And even with that being said, both of them give up a lot of touchdowns when they get to the red zone. As you see, the Bears only gave up 20 touchdowns in the red zone, whereas the Ravens only gave up 28. It's not a lot. So those two teams are pretty efficient when it comes down to it. I think that the difference of the game is going to be who can make the biggest stop when it matters the most. So I'm not going to make a prediction. I think, personally speaking, I think Baltimore has the better squad to win this game. But again, that's why the game is played. So if you're hearing from me, I have Baltimore by 3 points. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. I have Baltimore winning by 3 points. Let's go to the yearly awards. The MVP. Now, everybody that I show that's going to finish number one, you're going to get a +3 to the person's attribute. +3 if you're watching the stream, and if you are watching the stream, go to the group chat if you can. Let these guys know it's going to be a +3 for anyone that finished number one in their respected race. As you see, Jonathan Taylor, congratulations, he's won MVP. Coach of the year is going to be Kadarius Bailey. With this case, the +3 can go to a player on your team. So congratulations to Coach Kadarius Bailey in the LA Rams. He went fifth, had the best record in the league other than the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. First with the AFC, Kyler Murray. Congratulations for winning Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year went to Anthony Adams, that's also playing today for the Baltimore Ravens. Offensive Rookie of the Year, congratulations to Malik Willis out of Liberty. He finishes with the Rookie of the Year award. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Anthony Adams. That's 2 awards for Anthony Adams, by the way. Congratulations to him. Best quarterback went to Kyler Murray. Best running back went to Joe Mixon of the Cincinnati Bengals. Congratulations to Joe Mixon. Best wide receiver went to Marquise Brown of the Baltimore Ravens, who had an NFL record season. Best offensive lineman went to Ronnie Stanley out of the Baltimore Ravens. Best defensive lineman went to Josh Allen out of Jacksonville. Best linebacker, Patrick Queen for the Denver Broncos. Best defensive back, Anthony Adams for the Baltimore Ravens. Best kicker, Chris Boswell for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If your guy has been listed, please send me +3 per player. And a couple of you have guys that may be on this list more than one time. So make sure you get your points up. And again, congratulations to those guys. On to the NFC. Offensive Player of the Year is, of course, Jonathan Taylor, who's won MVP as well. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Isaiah Palomalu out of the New Orleans Saints. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Spencer Rattler for the New Orleans Saints. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Isaiah Palomalu. Congratulations from the New Orleans Saints. Spencer Rattler of the New Orleans Saints is the best quarterback in the NFC this year. Best running back is Jonathan Taylor of the NFC. Best wide receiver goes to Odell Beckham of the Detroit Lions. Congratulations to him. Best offensive lineman goes to Quentin Nelson of the Brooklyn Barons. Best defensive lineman goes to Joey Bosa of the Atlanta Falcons. Best linebacker, Ventrell Miller of the Arizona Cardinals. Best defensive back, Troy Apke of the Brooklyn Barons. Best kicker, Graham Gano of the New York Giants. Congratulations once again to those guys. If you have not got a chance to, if you are online, any of the league players, as you can see, it is time you can scout before this Super Bowl happens. Once the Super Bowl ends, we're gonna go to the resign stage. So anybody that's watching the stream, we're gonna go to resign after the Super Bowl comes to an end. We're gonna go to just giving you guys the schedule, the breakdown of the schedule for the offseason. If you haven't seen it on the page, resign stage will be until 6 o'clock Eastern. Free agency stage 1 is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Stage 2 for free agency is going to be from 8 to 8:30. Stage 3 is going to go to 8:30 to 8:45. Stage 4 is 8:45 to 9 p.m. The draft will start at 9:05 at the latest. We're going to do the top 4. If you guys want to go past 4 rounds, we will. And then after the draft, the advance is going to be every 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll begin the new season tonight. So if you have not seen the schedule, go to the group page for the guys in the league. Let's go to the comments real quick. I got the guy for the Baltimore Ravens checking in. He's going to congratulate his guys, Anthony Adams, Kyler, Ron, Stanley, Hollywood. Congrats to my boys. Congratulations to those guys. This was one of the best offenses in league history, and you're going to get a chance to see them in probably the next 30 minutes to an hour. We'll be back on here. We may try to get these guys in here for a post-game clip, or even try to get them on a post-game interview at some point in this show. So if you guys are tuned in, good luck to these guys. As you see, once again, the Super Bowl matchup is the Brooklyn Barons and the Baltimore Ravens. Be on the lookout also for people that may not be watching those two streams and may watch it on Twitch. It'll be on Twitch as well in a couple of minutes when we come back for the Super Bowl. Once again, congratulations to everyone that won yearly awards. And if you are watching the stream from the league and you have not sent in any of your points, don't wait till the last minute, please. So go ahead and get your points in. Go ahead and get everything situated because, again, once this game is over, we're going to the offseason. So if you don't have your draft board set, get it set. Because the league voted that the draft is going to be tonight. I know there's some guys that want to draft tomorrow, but it's going to be tonight. If you don't have your draft board set, I'm so sorry. That's on you. Because I've been talking about the draft since the 3rd week of the season. So, once again, make sure your draft board is set. But until the Super Bowl stream begins, I'm going to sign off, and you guys have a good afternoon. Good luck to both Baltimore and Brooklyn. You both deserve to be here. I want to see a great game from you guys, and good luck.